Okay, welcome. So today's video is going to be about how to set up the IVR in high level. And first off, let's talk about what IVR is. So IVR, the best way to explain it is press 1 for services, press 2 to leave a voicemail, press 3 to yada, yada, yada. That's IVR, aka call routing. Let's dive into it. So here I have a little folder, and what we're going to do is click Create Workflow. We're going to scroll down, and we're going to take the recipe. All right, cool. I'll see you on the next video. No, I'm just kidding. So um, this is a recipe or a template, and it's a little bit complicated, but I'm going to explain it to you, break it down for you, and show you how you can create it from scratch by just following this outline, which really you don't ever need to create it from scratch because this gives you basically everything that you need to do. So first of all, let's start with our trigger. So when you add a new trigger, you're going to type in IVR and you're going to choose this trigger. I've already added one to the workflow, so it only allows us to create one. So let's, for example, delete it, type in IVR, start that, and you would want to select your phone number. I'm going to select this one and click save. And that's it. That's the start to your IVR. After that, you have all of these, when you add an action, you have all of these IVR right here, IVR. You have 4 different IVR actions that you can choose from. And you do have to use them in a certain order for it to make sense. So let's dive into the recipe that they've created for us, and I'll help make sense of it. And then from there, I'll show you actually how to customize it and build on top of that. If you want to start from scratch, you definitely could. I'm going to kind of try to balance the two between using the template or the recipe versus creating it from scratch. So the first thing that they've created is a say or play a message. Now, you have 2 options. You can say a message or you can play a message. Play a message is if you upload it. Now, actually, I recommend this option, which if you stay till the end, I will show you uh, a better way to use this say or play a message action. I do recommend using your own file. But for now, let's just pretend that we have it uploaded, and it's going to say this, right? So this is going to say like, hey, welcome to agency name. Okay, you can say my agency is called Next Level Automations. I can say welcome to Next Level Automations. Very original. So, and we're just going to say it one time. So number of loops, say it once. You can choose which gender it is, woman, man, or woman, and click save. The next one will be say a message. Well, actually, it's going to be collect input. So this, if we come down to here, we can choose gather input on call. And this is where you're going to tell them the options, right? So that's where you're going to tell them to press 1 for this, press 2 for that, and they're going to then go and press that, and we're going to gather that. Now, what happens is when you add this, let's go to the very bottom real quick, and let's click on that. Gather input and click save. Now, that didn't work. All right, let's rewind. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add that action, which again, it's already, well, if you use this recipe, it'll already be added. And here is where we're going to enter what the options are, right? So press 1 to hear the list of services, and you can choose however you want to use it. This is supposed to say press 2 to leave a voicemail, or press 3 to talk to our team. Okay, number of loops, we only want to say it once. After 5 seconds, that's probably not enough time. I'll give them like 7 seconds uh, to actually put in their input. And you can also, if you want, after they enter a certain amount of keys or a certain key, I believe this is a certain key, then it will stop gathering. And then, right, so this is going to be a specific key, and this is going to be after a certain number of keys. So with that being said, we can click save. From there, all this is an if-else condition. So everybody was honestly confused about how this all works. And it's very simple. It really comes down to these three things that you see, right? It's first going to be the trigger, a little welcome message, which you can easily throw into the same uh, gather input on call action message. And then from there, it's just an if-else condition to figure out which or route which input they've put in. So we have this if-else condition, right? So the way that you would do that is type in if-else, and you would come to the IVR gather, and you would say number one, collect input from. This is if they, right, digit is 1. Then you would add a branch, and you would say IVR gather, collect input. That's the first, right? What this is showing you is number one, the first action, because if you have multiple actions, you would need to properly map which action it's pulled from, because you can put multiple of these throughout your workflow if you want to make it extremely complex. This is just going to be a basic video. I will create maybe a more advanced video if enough people want it. So, and then here you're just going to do digit is number 2. And again, just keep in mind that this right here is number 1 is going to number 1. If we add another one, it will either automatically say number 2 or it should say number 2. In fact, we can test that real quick. Gather input, click save, right? It says number 3 because there's actually already another one over here. So we're going to just delete that real quick. So it automatically puts that in there. But when you do the if-else condition, it will only show you the ones before that step. So this is already there for you. So we don't need to go and customize this because they've already put this in where it says press 1, press 2, press 3. If you want to add more, you can add more. Okay. So they've did press 1, press 2, and press 3. From there, we have each one of those branches, 1, 2, and 3. Now, if we come back, now you just want to map what, if you told them, for example, let's come back to here. It says press 1 to hear the list of services. So here's a list of services. Now you're just going to use the say/play action, which again, I would recommend using the play a message, which gives you the upload. And then you're just going to literally just type in what you want to hear. So here are a list of our services which are being catered by our business. Service 1, Service 2, and Service 3, and Service 4. Okay? Or you can say, we do SEO, yada, 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 in a more professional way, obviously. And that's it. I would recommend keeping it all in the same voice, etc. Then you're going to come to press 2. Remember, press 2 was to leave a voicemail. So then from there, we're going to choose the record voicemail action. This is already pre-selected. And this is actually, again, they're telling you first, they're going to remind you to please record your message. Once your message is press the pound symbol. And then in here, we're going to configure it to say stop recording after 5 seconds of silence. You're going to enter the key that you told them to. You don't have to enter that. You don't have to tell them to, but if you want to tell them to press the pound key, then you would put in the pound key over here. And then you can just set a max recording length. And press 3 was to talk to our team. So here you can just select the users that you want to connect the call to. This is actually very important because what will happen if you don't select this, or even if this action is not there, nothing will happen. It won't direct the call to anybody, is what I've noticed. So I've seen a customer call me. I've set this up and I've set it up where if it's on a Saturday, it would just say a message and tell them that we're closed, but I forgot to add this step. And the call would come in, but it wouldn't connect to anybody. So I would see the call in the conversations tab and I didn't get the call. I see it there, but nothing came in. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, the call will just basically ring to nothing. So I said like, "Hey, call me." They're like, "I just did," and I didn't get no call. So that's that. And then none is a great thing to put in, right? So this is always there. If we come back to this, you'll see that there's press 1, press 2, and press 3. Anytime you create an if-else condition, there's always going to be a none tab. Even if it's not an IVR workflow and you create an if-else condition, there will always be a none tab. So if any of these conditions are not met, it comes down here. So if they press 4 or 5 or any other key besides 1, 2, or 3, it will come down this path, and it's going to basically say something like this, and I highly recommend you add this, where it says you've not entered a valid input, please listen to the options again. And then it's going to just repeat this whole process. And it's as simple as copying this whole thing. If you're gonna build this from scratch, you would just want to copy all actions from here, and then just paste it down to that none branch. And then add one more action at the very top to say this part you have not entered. So I will demonstrate all of this again completely from scratch. And then from there, that's really it. It's just going to repeat everything that we just did. So very self-explanatory. And that's it. There's really not more to it than that. I like to keep things basic. I don't like to, show anything crazy. So it's just a matter of understanding how it works, and then you can do anything that you want. Now, to prove it, I'm going to delete the entire workflow, and we're going to customize it from scratch. So the first thing that I want to do is say or play a message. So we're going to come there, we're going to type in say, and it comes up. Perfect. Now, here's the little treat that I was going to share with you, is this platform that someone else in the high level group shared, so props to them. And it sounds okay, but it's definitely better than the default play a message or say a message option. So we're just going to say, we're going to come into here and say, hi, welcome to Next Level Automations. Okay. You guys might not be able to hear this.
Press 1 to hear the list of services. Press to leave a voicemail or press 3 to talk to our team.
That didn't work. We have to come back here to 0827, convert to speech.
Hi, welcome to Next Level Automations.
Good. We're going to download that, and we're going to click play a message, and we'll upload that. Here it is. Cool.
Hi, welcome to Next Level Automation.
Beautiful. And now that we played that message, we're just going to do collect, or let's just scroll down. I'm not exactly sure. Is it collect? It is gather. Okay. And same thing here. We can play a message, and this is where you're going to put in exactly what you want to say. So to speak with sales, comma, press 1. To book a call, comma, press 2. To leave a voicemail, press 3. Okay. And 8448, convert to speech.
To speak with say
Perfect. That worked. Come back to here. Make sure to download it, upload the file, and it's going to be this one.
To speak with sales.
Beautiful. Sounds great. Now we're going to click save. And keep in mind, when you start the action, when you start the workflow from scratch, this will reset to number 1. So because I deleted everything, it didn't reset, but it's important to know that so that you're properly selecting it when we create this if else condition. So now that we have that, let's go to if else. And we're going to create our branches, and we're going to do press 1, and we're going to select IVR. We're going to select that first number 4 action. We're going to click digits. The digit was 1. And now we're going to do the same thing for all the others. So press 2, and you also can do like press 1 dash sales, because that's what I did. Press 2, book a call. That will help you be a little bit more organized. Digit is 2. And then press 3 dash voicemail. Scroll down to IVR. Go to the drop down. Digits is 3. 3. Okay. Now here is actually where you can get creative. This is most likely going to be mostly standard. So this is where I would want to come down and do connect a call. And I'm just going to say, I'm just going to connect them to the salesperson. So in this case, I'm a salesperson. I want to record the call, and that's it. That's done. Press 2 is going to be book a call. So you actually have two cool options from here. You can, one, there's really technically one, but here's a cool way to do it, is say a message. Again, I would use the text to speech just to demonstrate this. I'm going to click say a message, and I'm going to say, to book a call, you can go to bookacall.com, my calendar link, or text this number the word book, something like that. Okay, you can refine that a little bit more. And that's it. Now, once you do this, you can go and create another workflow where if they text this number book, it fires off the appointment booking bot. So that's how you can be a little creative and get them off to a phone call onto text message, and uh, allows AI to jump in a little bit. So that could be one way to do it. Or if they want to text, you can also have it where just say text this number the word book to start the booking process, and include maybe the booking link on that text in case things don't go wrong, because sometimes that AI is not great. And then press 3 for voicemail. Again, same thing. I would leave a message. So say or play a message. I would say, to leave a message, whatever, leave your message, and then also just make sure to say press pound to stop recording. Okay, so that's going to be the message part. And there's one more step, is voicemail, which is this one, record voicemail. And then just make sure to add in that pound key to stop the recording. And that's it. That's literally it. You can add as many options as you want. Now, where you can get more creative, obviously, is to make sub menus. So to press, maybe press 1 to hear about our services, or even to book a call. And then let's say you offer different calendars for different services. Then you can say to book a call with X, to book a call with Y, and to book a call with Z. And then press 1, 2, or 3, right? Like that's how, and then you can have a whole nother if else condition with all those three options. So that's how you can get creative with that. And then again, one other reminder is make sure to create a fail safe, or a fail safe rather, if they don't click on any of those three options that you give them. So you can say hello or whatever. You can say the option that you clicked is not a that is not a valid option. Okay, and then do the gather, and then from there, actually, you can simply copy all actions, and boom. And now you're just going to repeat that whole thing over to them again, and that's basically it. And there you go. That's how you create IVR. Uh, it's not complex. It's just understanding how it works. Most people had no idea how to route that, or the documentation is a bit crazy. So there you go. Again, as always, if you have any questions, shoot me a message on Facebook, email me. My email is in the YouTube channel description. So, yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Thanks. Peace.